On the experience of self-judgment, and now they've listed several, so I'll read them. Shame, guilt, self-condemnation, self-hate, self-loathing, needing to always feel better or worse than another. It all seems to come down to me feeling bad about being me. Like there's always a pain or suffering that I cannot escape from. How effective are affirmations? Because sometimes they feel only cerebral to me, whereas I believe I need some inner work that is more soulful and of the heart. Can you help me get some clarity on this experience of constantly judging myself? Isn't that what it is? It's always about judging oneself. And thank you for the vulnerability and asking the question and making these statements and admitting to self-hatred and admitting to self-loathing and self-condemnation. These are all things that I think are coming up in a way in the collective that we can't ignore, right? Like there's more suicides, there's more violence, there's more of that darker shadow energy that's coming through. And instead of, calling it a name and making it bad, let's just look at it. Let's just sit with it. And the fact that you have awareness about your self-judgment, I think is like the most incredible first step. We talk about this a lot because I think it's a theme for all of us, is that if you're not in absolute big love and feeling that connection to source all the time, which we don't, right? I like to say a blissfully neutral state, which means sometimes we're up and sometimes we're down, but it's the toolbox that we build that helps us find our way, that helps us navigate through some of those stumbles and those things that just make us feel like, that didn't feel nice. I didn't like that, right? But saying, ooh, it's a juicy nugget. Like, why didn't I like that? And what do I need to know about myself so that I can just step through that? Because this is always about stepping through the things that come at us, right? People will project all day long to us our wounds until we finally get to that place where we say, all of the answers are within, and I have access to them. I'm going to sit with whatever the external world is showing me so that I can better understand what's happening in my internal landscape. And so I know you know this. I know the person that asked this question knows that it's really just stop it. There's a great Bob Newhart, so old, but he has this great little clip. So don't go now, but when you're done with the show, go look it up. Maybe I'll put the link in here about stop it. And it's all about these self-deprecating thoughts that you and only you can actually stop those thoughts. And you have the power to do so in this exact moment of now. But instead, a lot of times we ruminate and we get them these thoughts, we get them so entwined in our stories and our past and our desires for the future that we can't just stay in this present moment in the juiciness of now. So yeah, I think you're on it. Get some clarity on this experience of constantly judging myself, because you're awakening. Because if you weren't asking the question, you'd be skirting it and you'd just be like going on and feeling all these feels and just being angry. And you're asking this question on the Awaken Inner Wisdom show of all places. So you are awakening and you're having to face a lot of this, and it's a good thing. There's lots of tips, tools, techniques, modalities, and the Awakening and Healing Handbook on BethBell.me is a great place to start if you haven't already seen that. There's so many different things that you can do that will really help you get into it. But I want to just keep it really simple for you, that it's at the stop it. It's at stopping the thought, honoring it, feeling it, and moving through it and journaling about it, if that resonates for you. If not, maybe you find a high conscious friend, not someone who's going to keep you in the stories, like not in the drama of it all, but somebody who's really going to help you see it from another perspective, because this is like kind of a whole conglomerate of a lot of different feelings that you have here. And if there's a feeling that comes up in the next week, specific to one of these, please ask it, and we'll go in there. We'll feel into the vibration of what actually it is and why are you bringing up that particular feeling, and how to a technique that might help you really release it. Okay, we're all in it together. And I so love that you guys ask all these questions. Please, please come back next week. You can go to bethbell.me. There's a state of the heart assessment. I think you would love this if you haven't already taken it. You'll see where your state of the heart is. Look, we can be in one state one day and another state the next day. So we know that it's transient, it moves. And the most important thing to do is to have a spiritual toolbox to help us get through these transitions from one state of the heart to another. And so I'll also invite you to the Awaken Inner Wisdom membership. There's an application on bethbell.me as well. I would love to see you in there. We go much deeper on a lot of these topics. It's the free Q&A show is always going to be here at 11:11 on Sundays Pacific time. And the Awaken Inner Wisdom membership is a much deeper space, place, sanctuary where we get into and really release a lot of this so that we can tap deeper into our own inner wisdom. I look forward to hearing from you again. Thank you so much, and wishing you only bliss and love on the journey. Namaste.